How's it going, guys? It is Zerlath. I'm gonna start customizing myself to Zerlath Eternal and change the name of the channel eventually. I've been acclimating it to myself for a couple of days now as saying my name at the end of my early day evocations, affirmations that I do, which are I am centric, to remember, to remember who I am in the center of my world. It's a subjective, right? It's a subjective evocation, and maybe I need to balance that out with an objective one as well, where I'm speaking of the world the world I am not certain of, that everyone insists I have faith does. Everyone insists that I have faith that Elon Musk is one thing or the other. And now I'm having a little nightmare where Elon Musk has put a homunculus on me in my sleep, being really fucking creepy and weird and something out of a fucking, demon thing. So, that is something that I think is interesting that's going on about me was in my unconscious, right? And this is natural, because honestly, I'm trying to figure that out, right? Because Elon Musk's fucking use of Tesla is running its fucking course on many people. Because of esoteric Trumpism, it's at the worst completely exploiting a conspiracy that's been in for at least a generation, where somebody deliberately named certain things anticipatorily. Like, somebody knew something about something, and they had to write that fucking Barron Trump book, right? And then somebody said, I will give birth to a Trump, right? This kind of thing. I'll give birth to a Trump, and then my son will give birth to a Barron. Right? This is the kind of shit, right? What the fuck are we looking at? Right? This is part of the reason why everybody's just like, Barron's really tall. Yes, he's probably got a little bit of gigantism. Because he's a little... And not that being awkward means you've got gigantism, because I wouldn't call The Big Show awkward. And I wouldn't call Andre the Giant awkward. None of those people were awkward. I'm quirky, but I'm quirky. Everybody's fucking quirky, right? But my point is that he's big and tall like that. It's not clear to me that he's incredibly he's lanky. It's a lanky tall, not like a big tall guy, right? This is usually part of gigantism, because things are kind of stretching out a little bit further than what other parts of the system can support it, right? Some people think that in esotericism that this is hints of latent Nephilim genes that are physiologically active in the human subject, whether that be something kind of epigenetic or something that is special. To the bloodline, right? And people are just having a really, really fucking hard time with this because, you know, for some reason, they didn't want to change the script. It's just weird to me how they made this hard for the media, right? As far as conspiracies goes, like, why did the fucking, there's no fucking guarantee. There's no fucking guarantee that this was gonna fucking psychologically work. And that you were going to get the repercussions, like you were guaranteed to destroy the things you're going to destroy. How were you supposed to guarantee that you were going to rebuild them the way you wanted to? Like, and somehow you had a complete fundamental misunderstanding of what people were doing on social media, still yet, for far too long. Which is why people like me are still standing since 2012. Because I've been talking about this bullshit for a long time now. And it's fucking okay that I'm not successful by it. I didn't want to do this for a fucking dime, Alex Jones. Ugh. Just a second of that fucking oxygen. I'm in a very good mood. This place I'm going to is a little bit further away than the boot warehouse, but it's another warehouse also with a pretty fucking chill attitude about things. Very, very chill. I mean, like, I could probably, like they said, like, as long as you're not fucking, like, needing to be in communications during a certain task, like, if it's just a kept-to-yourself task, if you want a double earbud, I'm like, oh, stereo, music, right? I don't listen to music at most of my jobs because they're a one-ear situation. And so, you know, it's just like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are listening to in your one fucking earpiece. Probably monoized hip-hop. Or sports. Or something. I am going to continue to increase knowledge. Or at least keep up with my buddies in the network. There we go. So yeah, so last night I might have gotten less sleep than the night that I had the nightmares. Just because I went to bed a little bit later. But as I get into the rhythm of this thing, it's not going to be a terrible problem. And so you might be getting more drive streams out of me. My mindset might be in great places for it as I am moving forward with the things I'm moving forward with. Feeling good about today and tomorrow. As long as I feel good about today and tomorrow, I'm all right. I'm all right as long as today and tomorrow look good. but it does limit how much I can determine my future, right? That's the biggest of problems. Like me staring at my gas tank right now. I got a thingy right here that tells me I could drive 141 miles without paying for gas, right? After that, if I don't got fucking gas money by then, and listen, I know all about that whole going with it thing. Dude, I have gone with it too many times. I've crashed and burned with every gone with it. And I just felt like it was misplaced faith. I really burned a lot. It took me way more than 3 lessons to stop doing that. So you literally can't get me to do that. Because I've already given it 3 strikes. I'm fucking out. I've given it fucking 9 strikes. How about that? I fucking tortured myself because I had all this irrational plan in my head. Right? And so, naturally, feeling like a fool for that, many people feel like fools when many different things go to waste. And in that time of foolishness, you're doing something with your ego in the quiet, right? And I would wager that most people are fucking dissolving themselves into their default acceptable persona. And that's it. It depends on if there's anything deep in their emotional body or in possibly the inkling that they're meant to, quote, wake up, that fucking takes anything anywhere in this regard. So, that dream that I had 2 nights ago, that one's going to be sticking around. That's going to be a dream that sticks around for me to bring up upon relevance. That one gets added to the list of I don't gotta write this one down. That's one of my terrible faults is I can't really jump on right. I really can't. I really can't, because 99% of the time when I get up, I gotta evacuate. And I sometimes don't eat that much. Well, no, I'll eat much, but then, like, sometimes I don't have any snacks or any fucking second fucking helping at all, after fucking, like, 7 o'clock or something like that. And I still have to do a little bit of something most of the times, right? And so, like, I'm not gonna sit down and fucking dream journal on the toilet, to be frank, right? And it's gonna be lost in that period of time. I'm not gonna be able to fucking write it down while holding it in because of the discomfort, which I will not be able to bear by the time I put my head space in the right spot to write something like. So yeah, for me, I would have to go through a dramatic, like, I would need a very particular ritual to help me fucking change something. And I'd have to fucking figure out a thing or two maybe about myself yet. So it's a whole thing. I would have to fucking talk to a fucking pro about it. And it doesn't bother me enough to want to spend money on a pro to fucking help me out with this. If a friend wants to offer fucking a ritual fucking suggestion after asking me 20 fucking questions, you know, I'll do that. I'll probably do that. I'll put it on the list, on the to-do list of when do I feel like it's time to start this process. Because I'm probably going to have to do it for a month. You always have to figure out, you know, because that's part of what it is when you're a magical practitioner. Whether you want to call me some new kind of shaman, not a shaman, but some new kind of shaman, a magus, or anything else. What's that? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, yeah. Happy New Year. Why? Wait, what day is it? I believe the 29th? Oh, is it the year of the snake in already on your part of the world? Because you're Australian or New Zealand, right, Theo? Something like that. So it's already Chinese New Year. We are entering the year of the wood snake tomorrow in the American Northeast. Maybe that's why I feel so good. We're at the fucking apex cusp of the Chinese New Year transition. Babies being born today are going to be interesting. There's going to be some interesting kids today. I'm in a good mood. I feel it. I'm a metal monkey, by the way. That's my year. Metal monkey. And in primal astrology, I don't know how they do this, but it works. I'm a gorilla, which is kind of because I'm in a monkey year, so I think that's part of their logic, which is why it's easy for me to believe. It makes me look at myself and be like, wait a minute, I do kind of act like a fucking ape or so. And so like, all right, fine, right? You see, I don't fucking care for evolution, but except in the Box Saga kind of way, right? Even if the mythology makes it a mere act of the sun, making physiological conditions of nature different, right? Because that's the idea, right? It was a different world, right? It didn't process this way. It was probably an alien world, and because probably all these first generations that eventually became us were fucking weird, but they were like us in that conscious, sentient manner. Right? And so so I find that interesting, right? And so now I don't know what everything else was about, other than I guess it was all tied to the same kind of thing, which was intruder in my dream space. Now, mind you, like, I fucking like sage like every night, like for ritual before I go to bed and things like that, right? So, and I sleep near various healthful crystals and things like that. So, like a nightmare doesn't mean anything bad, right? Sometimes it's more just like a premonition, right? You can have any feelings you want about a nightmare, right? It could mean that you're compromised and you need to check in with yourself. If you don't know yourself, then checking in with yourself doesn't help. All right. So, wait, which way am I going? Am I going this way? Fuck. I think I'm going this way. Alright, I gotta go back and refer to the GPS. I have to make sure don't think I'm making a mistake. I just think I'm confused by the meaning of a sign. But I need to go convert my GPS so I don't get lost and become late for work. Alright, my friends. Hey, Violence, how you doing? Yeah. And so at the end of the day, it's because I'm so like anti-transhumanist, anti-life, right? You know, pro like everyone having their Ubermenschen kind of avatarish transformation, kind of like me. You know, at whatever level of healing that you need. That it makes me look at the juxtaposition of things that Elon Musk represents, right? And yeah, you know, the symbolism is kind of coming to me now, you know, because that homunculus was kind of like on my neck, kind of like flapping around because I confused him for Locke, who I had snuggled up with in the bed, right by my head. Right, he's just sleeping there, pillow to pillow. It's very cute. I've taken pictures, not of that night, but I've taken pictures of him snuggled up with me. But anyway, I thought he had fucking gotten disturbed in the middle of the night and was crawling over my head and was getting freaked out by something and was snapping his fucking jaw or whatever. And then when I kicked off and I looked and it was this little fucking humanoid, it kind of freaked me out a little bit. And then I realized, okay, wait, what's going on? Where am I? And it's like, fucking, am I having another, like, honestly, like in my fucking under fucking narrative, verbal narrative, while the dream is happening, you know, pay attention to the fact that you have like you're not even psychically speaking. It's like I think when you're in the dream astral where communication is psychic, it's a little weird to have your own thoughts, because there's a level of having your own thoughts, but it's like those thoughts have to like surf on the unconscious field in your subconscious without triggering projection, which will then reveal your thoughts in the dream field, if that makes sense. I'm going so deep, and I said I needed to get on the GPS, but I'm not fully lost yet. Anyway, I'll let you go, and I may have to open this can of worms a bit bigger. I'm talking to Abby from the Secret Society again, so I may talk to her about this kind of thing. I should talk to her about this kind of thing. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Bye.